Hey, all right, let me tell you about the move from Melbourne to Brisbane, Australia. If you're keen, I don't know, people wanting to move to Brisbane from Melbourne or, wherever, if you're wanting to move to Brisbane, Australia. So we moved here to Brisbane 3 years ago now. So, what was it in 22? So, January 22, 2022, we moved here. My two children and myself, they were tweens, really. So, very early stage teenager. My son was actually going into year 7 and my daughter was going into year 6. So, remember, I'm a widow. So, we lived in Melbourne all my life. And then my husband passed in 2020. We stayed at home for a year after him passing from cancer. And then we moved to Brisbane, which was a dream of mine for quite a few moons. So, yeah, so anyway, had previously spoken to my husband about it once he was diagnosed, and he gave us the blessing to go to Brisbane. We had talked about it earlier in our marriage, but him being a chef, he didn't want to work in a really, really boiling hot kitchen in Brisbane, plus just family being in Melbourne and such. So anyway, so in 22 January, we moved to Brisbane. Best decision out there. So let me describe. So, lived in Melbourne all my life. Melbourne, I love it dearly. Melbourne is a great place. It's got many pros and cons. The great things about Melbourne is that it's, a rat race, like it's the big city of Australia, like Sydney. Melbourne has a lot of beautiful parklands. Melbourne, the culture is amazing, better than Brisbane. The culture, its food is amazing. Lots of things to do. The football, the AFL footy, everybody loves it. The MCG in Melbourne. So much opportunity, obviously, with work. Good people, they're lovely people in Melbourne, very, laid back, but they're on a mission. Yeah, it is a rat race of Australia. So, rat race, I mean, like go, 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 go. It's busy. So, Melbourne has a lot of positive things, like if you're from Melbourne or you're wanting to go to Melbourne or whatever, I highly suggest it. It's a fabulous place. But Melbourne is famous for its weather. So the weather in Melbourne is what's classed as 4 seasons in one day, pretty much every day of the year. You know, so you'll need a coat to wear over the summer dress. So to give you a bit of an idea. So the Melbourne weather, I've sort of said over the years, I guess it's like the UK, London, where there's a lot of overcast, drizzle, not real rain, so to speak. So it's more drizzle and overcast. I tended to say that with Melbourne, it was like their winter goes for like 7 months of the year. So you get summer for like a month, and then the weather, pardon me, starts getting cool again. That little side note, I was actually speaking to someone like just a couple of days ago. Obviously, I'm in Brisbane here, and she said that, yeah, her family is in Melbourne, like now. And what are we? We're in November, so it's November 14 today. So summer is obviously approaching, and yeah, it's cold in Brisbane, in Melbourne. Anyway, Melbourne. The worst thing about Melbourne is the bloody weather. So hence that's why we moved. So because I'm more of a summer girl, I love the heat. My house is all open at the moment, and because I work in my front bedroom here at home and in North Brisbane. And yeah, so Brisbane is a lot more laid back. There's no rat race. People are very nice as well as Melbourne. Brisbane is like a really, really large country town, but it is becoming obviously modernised. Yeah, so it's the third biggest country I do apologise, the third biggest state in Australia. And yeah, you know, up and coming, there's lots to do and everything. But the only thing I guess I've found with Brisbane, like when we first got here and we were really, I was taking the kids to museums and things like that, to introduce them more so, and everything's smaller. So that was my only thing. It's like you'd go through a museum in the city of Brisbane, and at the end of the museum, I would find myself saying, so is this it? Is this it? Like, is there any other rooms to see or anything? No, that's it. So everything's smaller. Yeah, so Melbourne's quite big, so smaller in Brizzy. The roads I'm still getting used to. Like Melbourne roads are fantastic. Obviously, I know them very well. The roads here in Brisbane, I still struggle with, especially the city, and the tunnels and all of that. So you can get around, obviously, but I'm still learning it, to be frank. And that's 3 years later. So I'm a very confident driver, but yeah, it does irk me at times. So that's the only thing with Brizzy. The weather is obviously gorgeous, sunny. What do they say with Brisbane? Beautiful one day, perfect the next. It is fact. That is absolute fact. Yeah, so otherwise, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how the move went. We obviously got a company to hire to get all of our gear, furniture, all that sort of stuff put on the truck to bring up here. I did bring a dog and a bird up here, so obviously used a service for that as well. Obviously you need to, get all your paperwork and everything lined up. You've got to change your license, you've got to change so many things, like with the government and such. Your address obviously needs to be changed. Yeah, we actually brought 2 cars up as well. So it was a big transition. It actually took me 6 months in total. So 6 months of, packing boxes. The other, I do give a tip, if you are going to move interstate, to really cull furniture, clothes, whatever. Just get rid of it. So you won't need it. So we do recommend, living here in Brisbane now, that you do need a coat, a pair of jeans, a pair of boots or whatever. But it'll be very rare that you'll use them. But I guess they're good to keep some winter gear in case you go back to Melbourne, for a weekend or, so, but otherwise, I mean, you're wearing summer gear all the time. So a little description I used to say in Melbourne with the weather is, I'd be wearing, the heater is on all the time, slippers and socks, tracky pants, the whole jumper, everything. Whereas up here in the depths of winter, that's in the depths of winter. The depths of winter is maybe I'll put the heater on, maybe, some days. Certainly not all day. It's only for an hour or two. And you tend to, for me personally, I can still wear this sort of stuff. This is during the day, but otherwise I would have slippers on. So, yeah, and if you're going out, maybe a light jumper or something. Anyway, little video for you, learning along the road. My name's Lainey and I own a business, Proactive Transformation. So just sharing my stories along the way and, yeah, my move from Melbourne to Brisbane. Highly recommend it. If you're a summer person, highly recommend it over Melbourne. And yeah, the food is not as great as Melbourne. The food in the city and such, the city is obviously smaller, but people are still very nice and all, and the weather is just to die for. It's just awesome. So, and the lifestyle, of course. So yeah, that's all for now. And yeah, if you're considering the move and you're considering finding out more about it and such, you're more than welcome to reach out. Follow me Give this video a like if you feel. Pardon me. I have a stand store. Yeah, I'm all around everywhere and I'm coming more. So, love you. Enjoy Brisbane. It's a fabulous place to visit. Thanks. Maybe even live here one day. See ya.